What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Well, that should have been a little bit louder. Let's see. All right. Sounded the same. Anyways, first of all, I want to shout out those who donated through either Cash App or Super Chat last night. Henny, Javier, Carrillo, Nick, and Dylan. And Dylan, I hope you're feeling, Nick, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you get better. Just keep a positive mind, big dog, right? Now, today I want to tell a little story. You know, people wonder, in prison, in California prison, can you say no to doing a jale? Can you say no if you're asked to put in work? And so here's an example. I had got out of the SHU in I want to say 1998. This time was 1998. No, this one was in 19. When was it? No, 99. Yeah, it was 1999. And I didn't get out of the SHU in 98. I got in 99. My bad. So I got out of the SHU in 99, right? I go to B facility in Pelican Bay, and they put me in 4 building. And all the fake tough guys that I've talked about being in 4 building, and all these younger dudes or dudes that got to the Bay way after everything kicked off over there. They talk about, oh, 4 block. That was like the smack block and the worker block. No, it wasn't. After the riot, like a year and a half after the riot, I think somewhere around there. I don't know. I wasn't there anymore. They made it where the workers were housed. All the guys that wanted to be part of the get along crew. Prior to that, there was no such thing. So they put me in 4 building, and then we would go to yard with 3 building. You go to yard with everybody, but there was a fence that separated 3 and 4 from 1 and 2. 1 and 2 was PSU, the psych fucking SHU. And then 5, 6, 7, and 8, they had a fence in between. Every 2 buildings, there's a fence. But 5, 6, 7, and 8, they could come out together. They opened up the big fence to where they can mingle. 3 and 4 can only mingle with each other, right? A section in 3 building was regular. B and C section was EOP. The guys that were done with their SHU terms in PSU would get kicked out, and they'd go to fucking 3 building B or C section. That's why in 99, that's when I got out. What the fuck is wrong with me? I got out August 1st, 1999. August 31st, 1999. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm still asleep, apparently. August 31st, 1999, a JCAT from B section, a white dude, slit the throat of a Crip in the chow hall, and that's when the whites and blacks started going at it in August 31st, 1999. So, after 1998, there were no Northerners and no Bulldogs in A facility or B facility in Pelican Bay. If they were in Pelican Bay, they were only in C and D facilities, which was the SHU. Both facilities are SHU. So I had got out, and one day my Sally's like, and remember, I tell you guys, there's no such thing as a frivolous conversation. There's no frivolous question. So one day my Sally's like, hey, Holmes, there's a Northerner over there in EOP, in 3 building, in C section, and he came out to yard the other day, and he goes, I don't know why, homie. He goes, but somebody was like, hey, you think your Sally would do that? Asking, would I whack that dude? Supposedly it was just in small talk. Hey, do you think your Sally would whack that vato? And when my Sally said that, I started laughing, right? And my Sally he wasn't as seasoned as me. So them sending him to ask that question was funny to me, right? So the whole thing was hilarious, right? I said, hey, Holmes, they asked you that? And he goes, yeah. I said, well, they should just get at me, eh? Like, if they want me to whack that vato, that's firme. I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow. I said, but, you know, as soon as I get back to the back, you know, the legends are going to want to know, like, damn, Holmes, why are you here again? Eh? You just left. I just finished a 2-year shoot term. So, like, they're going to ask, like, well, there's nobody else out there? I said, and then I'll just have to let them know, like, apparently there's favoritism out there, eh? Because there's a lot of new cats out there that are licking balls, and I guess that's why they get to stay there, you know? And he was like, oh, yeah, I don't know if they were serious, though. I think it was just talk. And then the next day, he's like, oh, yeah, hey, Holmes, I misunderstood him. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That was a situation where dudes had their crew, dudes had youngsters, and it all came out, you know, after the riot. There were youngsters that were picking sides. You know, they were looking at these dudes who had a position on the yard the wrong way. They were looking at them like if they were legends, and they were not. They were just camaradas with some responsibilities. But see, they could use that. And then you get somebody like me that comes around who's seasoned, who has the ability to get at legends, myself, clarify anything that needs clarifying. I'm looked at sometimes, you know, but back then, you know, people like that are looked at as a potential thorn in the side. So in order to alleviate any deadly ass headaches, they'll think like, hey, let me throw a feeler. Let me see if he's dumb enough to say, yeah, I'll whack him and go back to the back, which would have been a horrible look. If there's 150 vatos from Southern California on the yard and a dude just gets out of doing a 2-year shoot term and then whacks somebody and goes right back, either he's an idiot or things aren't being done right, and he went ahead and was playing their Huckleberry so that he can go back to the back and say, I don't know, Holmes. Apparently, everyone else had just done a pegada. So the question, can you say no? You can say yes, but have an explanation that they understand, oh, this vato knows what time it is. You're not going to just be able to be like, nah, I'm good, Holmes. Nah, I'm cool. If you're running with the Southerners, there's no such thing as dead weight. Everybody pulls their weight. I've said it before. I was of the mindset of figuring out, unless there's a riot, what is everybody's thing? Not everybody's a killer. You ask somebody to do something and they're not ready, it could turn out all bad in several different ways. But this individual maybe has the ability to make weaponry, cut lockers in bunks, maybe bring in dope, hold weaponry. There's different things that people can do so that they're not dead weight, and they're going to do it, right? So I was more lenient in wanting to do that, but you had some dudes that were straight up assholes. I bumped heads with an asshole. I met him in the shoe. The guy was super humble, very, very soft-spoken. I liked him when I met him. He was like, hey, homie, how you doing? Hey, my name is so-and-so. Where you from, eh? I told him, so I'm over here in this block. What block you in? We had a decent conversation. We were at CTC on our way back under escort, so we were able to chop it up while we're on the chain. There was a bunch of us. At the end of the day, if you go to CTC, they wouldn't put you in the golf cart. They would chain you guys up and walk you back, and you can, you know, converse with somebody. I saw the same exact dude on B facility when I got out of the shoe in 97, right? And oh my God, he was the worst. He was the biggest asshole I ever met. I'm literally the biggest asshole. And he didn't, my bad, I got a text right now. He was the most arrogant, and this was back when there was llaveros. So he didn't there was not an ounce of humbleness in him. And so one day he walked up and I was standing with a few dudes. And again, apparently he didn't like my estilo. And he shook hands with people around me, but not with me. I laughed. I said, okay. So every time I would see him, I would ignore him. And when he would come around dudes that I was talking to, I wouldn't stop talking to them. I would just talk over him if he tried to talk to him. He didn't like it. And then I reminded him of the dude that I met in the shoe. And I said, what happened to that, Vato, eh? Who is this? Which one is you? Didn't go over well. But anyways, I don't want to take up too much time. Basically, the answer is no, you can't say no, but you can say yes and put people on notice that, like, hey, I know what time it is, Holmes. So I'll do that, Harley. And then they're going to want to know, why are you here again? You know, it's not like now. It's not like before they let the legends out and people had cell phones. And no, you had to go back there. And you met legends through the work that you put in. And you had conversations. And they knew this Vato really is doing it because he's back here. Now, once they got cell phones, it was, oh, how can I utilize this dude? And I'm not going to get into all that stuff. But it cracks me up, the people that think they're a lot bigger than what they are, because someone has planted that seed in their head. You're still the same guy you were before you met that person. Don't get it fucked up. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm telling you, I got to take a nap. I'm out of here.